What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Gabos, and we back with another one. Subscribe is the vibe, my boy. If you're old to the channel, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit both of them for your boy. We back with another one. So news is reporting that the Falcons released Marcus Mariota. I ain't gonna hold you. What took y'all so long? I honestly don't get how NFL GMs work in this league anymore, bro. You kind of know when someone is not, when someone has shown you a body of work, right? And I'm talking about it's over a long time span, where you see the way that they play, you see the amount of games that they win, you know what I'm saying? You've seen them get benched. I don't know how then you can go on when that same player is available, you give them a $30 million contract. I don't get in what parallel does that work, where you watch a guy lose, you watch a guy get benched, and you think, oh, next time he's available, we gotta sign him. AKA the Atlanta Falcons. Like, you guys cut Marcus Mariota after 1 year. Like, what did you need to see? Did you think it was Oakland? Did you think it was him backing up on the Rams? I mean, what did you see to even make you want to give him an opportunity? Marcus Mariota been trash since his first year in the league, and I ain't gonna front, man. I'm keeping it a bean. Like, he's been trash. He's been trash. And I look back at that 2015 draft. Jameis Winston was obviously the first overall pick. Where's he at today? Todd Gurley got drafted in that league. Amari Cooper's still around. Diggs got drafted. Diggs was like a 5th rounder in that draft. Like, there was talent that came out that draft, but as far as quarterbacks go, most of them are out the league or backups, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like, Marcus Mariota been trash for a long ass time. Like, I don't get this shit. You know how many people are waiting for opportunities to come into the league just to give you a fighting chance that are better than Marcus Mariota? A la Colin Kaepernick. I'll take Kaepernick right now over Marcus Mariota, bro. So the Falcons eventually came to their senses and realized, hey, Marcus Mariota is not the answer. They cut him. Yo, XFL, y'all got your MVP. Y'all just got your MVP, bro, because I don't know what these other teams in the league see where they just keep funneling cash to Marcus Mariota's bank account, but this man been pulling off a heist from the longest, man. We're going to get right into it, though.
The NFL, the Atlanta Falcons have released quarterback Marcus Mariota. The 8-year veteran went 5-8 in 13 starts last season for Atlanta before getting benched in favor of rookie Desmond Ridder. Now Mariota was the number 2 overall pick in the 2015 draft. He was drafted behind Jameis Winston, as it turns out.
2. Like, that goes to show you, like, GMs be missing, bro. This dude was drafted number 2, so that means you gave him that max rookie off. First year, he was probably making about 3 mil, then 7, then 8, then probably finished with 10 before you eventually had to cut him. But, like, that's how you know these guys really don't be knowing what they doing. You offered this dude, you drafted this dude in the 2nd overall pick.
Turns out the move saves the Falcons $12 million in cap space.
That's crazy. $12 million.
More on this, let's bring in lead NFL insider Jonathan Jones, who joins us from Indianapolis. JJ, this was not unexpected. Mariota was benched the latter part of last season, kind of went AWOL a little bit after that happened. So you reported that this was a likely move to come.
That's right, Jeremy. So what wound up happening was Marcus Mariota's play really dictated in the 2022 season that he was not going to be playing for the Atlanta Falcons in 2023. But what really sort of tipped the scales against Marcus Mariota was after he got benched in favor of Desmond Ridder, their 2nd round pick, what they wound up doing was he went into he informed the team via text that he was going to have knee surgery, that he had a chronic knee issue. Now, Mariota had never been on the injury report that season with the knee issue. He also had a newborn child, and so he just wasn't really at the team facility immediately after learning that he was being benched for Ridder. Again, his play had dictated that he should be benched. In fact, I think reasonable.
That's another thing I noticed about athletes, bro. And tell me if you're picking up what I'm putting down, bro. Athletes are the most prideful individuals on the planet. I'm just going to keep it a bean. Like, players have a hard time accepting when they're done. I've seen it with Carmelo Anthony. Recently, I've seen it with Cam Newton. You know, you see with dudes like Marcus Mariota, but although I don't know who was telling him that he was ever him, but get him out of here. Like, the team benches you because you suck. It's like halfway through the season, you got 6 passing touchdowns. We're not going anywhere, bro. Like, we got to give this rookie a chance because you're horrible. And if you saw the Falcons last year, you saw their offense, it was brutal. I'm talking about more punts than touchdowns, bro. So it's like, for you to be reacting all, getting all petty and in your feelings about getting benched, like, bro, you trash. You trash. It's as simple as that. You're not it. Dudes like Cam Newton hit that wall, and he had no choice. You know, people had to start telling him that shit to his face on podcasts, but, like, we've been saw that Cam Newton was kind of done. You know what I mean? We just like Cam. Nobody likes Mariota, bro. Like, beat it.
people may even agree that he should have been benched before he was ultimately sat down by head coach Arthur Smith. But once that happened in early December, it was a fait accompli where we are today, that he would be released by the Atlanta Falcons. He signed that 2-year deal. It was really backloaded, and so ultimately the Falcons are going to wind up saving about $10 million or so against the cap. This is a very, very expected move for the Falcons, and now Mariota free to find any other team where he very, very likely is going to be considered a number 2 quarterback heading into free agency.
When you take a look at the numbers, I mean, not terrible. Threw for over 2,200 yards last year, 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. But in terms of consecutive days, I mean, for our research department kind of digging out a little
15
nugget.
touchdowns, not
second
picks.
straight
Not
day
terrible.
that a number 2 overall pick has been released by his team because of Carson Wentz. Yesterday, he went 2nd overall a year after Mariota was drafted. So when you look at the quarterback room now for Atlanta, JJ, is Desmond Ridder the guy now?
Nah.
Well, you know, it's interesting. Arthur Smith has not necessarily said, hey, you are definitely our guy, Desmond Ridder. He hasn't said it out loud here so far this offseason, but really, if you look at the NFC South right now, there is a very, very strong argument to be made that he's actually the best quarterback under contract in 2023 in that division. Remember, of course, Tom Brady.
That's pathetic. If you look at that division, you would say Desmond Ridder is the best quarterback in that division. Dude played like 4 games and lost all of them. That pretty much sets you up for how bad that division is. The NFC South is trash. Them boys need to sign my son Lamar, bro.
Retiring. Carolina is in a transitional period, of course. New Orleans Saints trying to find another quarterback. And so Desmond Ridder, right now, as it stands, the best quarterback in the NFC South under contract for 2023.
You see his face?
Ultimately, is he going to be the guy? NFC.
Look at his face when
Desmond
he says
Ridder,
that.
right now, as it stands, the best quarterback in the NFC South under contract
Like a
for
brutal
2023.
reality.
Ultimately, is he going to be the guy with the Atlanta Falcons? I believe so. I'm not willing to write that in Sharpie or in blood just yet, and we are hoping to hear from Terry Fontenot, the general manager of the Atlanta Falcons, later on today, and I'm going to be asking him that exact question. But as it stands right now, they really liked what they saw in those 4 or so games from Desmond Ridder, probably wanted to get him a little bit more. They love the kid's moxie and his makeup, and I think that that's going to take him very far with this team, at least as it concerns the offseason, where he should be QB1, unless they make a big splash with about $65 million in cap space. I just don't see that happening, having talked with sources there over the past couple of weeks. They've worked the last couple of years to get themselves out of salary cap hell, so I don't see them necessarily making a trade for, I don't know, a quarterback that may be franchised in Baltimore like a Lamar Jackson, and then ultimately paying him a big deal.
Who cares
I've heard
about
those sort
salary cap hell? And this is why I tell you certain franchises are allergic to prosperity. And granted, I get it. Listen, it's not my money, right? But if Lamar want, like, bro, if you have a chance at Lamar Jackson, he's an MVP. He's a walking 25 per game kind of quarterback. He sells jerseys. He gets butts in the building. He's gonna win you games. It's a weak division. Make the leap. You're honestly only really in salary cap hell because you put yourself there, bro. Who else do you got? Who else do you got, bro? Like, the Saints ain't doing nothing, Bucks ain't doing nothing, Panthers ain't doing nothing. You got an opportunity at Lamar, and you sitting here talking about your salary cap? Y'all allergic to prosperity. Y'all don't really want it bad enough. You still haven't cleaned that stench of being up 28-3 and choking and straight up gagging. We still remember that. When we think about the Falcons, that's what we think about, bro. We think about Matt Ryan walking off the field knowing that he was up 25 and lost the time bomb. That was the last time y'all been in the Super Bowl. And I can make the argument y'all not going back. Well, excuse me, not at least in my lifetime. And guess what? I got plenty of life to live. You know what I mean? You're not going back. Who is your quarterback for you to be saying, nah, we're not interested in Lamar? I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon? You know what Lamar would do for that city? Holy. Vic 2.0. I'm telling you. Like, listen, Matt Ryan was great for Atlanta, but that city, they remember Vic. They knew Vic was him. Even though Vic didn't go to the Super Bowl. Man, listen.
Folks trying to put Lamar with the Atlanta Falcons, just talking with folks there, as it stands today, I don't think that has any real legs to it right now.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the NFC South in terms of that quarterback situation. Now Marcus Mariota hits the open market. As you mentioned, JJ, Desmond Ridder right now, QB1 for the Atlanta Falcons. Our Jonathan Jones joining us from the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis to talk about the Atlanta Falcons officially releasing
Ridder, I just hear
Marcus Mariota. As we take a look at the NFC South quarterbacks under contract, it's a bit of a hot mess. Bit of a hot mess. Desmond Ridder for the Falcons, Kyle Trask for the Buccaneers, Matt Corral and Jacob Eason for the Carolina Panthers.
So I'm talking. Look what your competition is, and you're not trying to go after Lamar. That's an easy division title right there. Kyle Trask? No, Kyle Trash. They just misspelled his last name. Huh? But y'all too good for Lamar. Get these teams up out of here.
And Jake Luton for the Saints. Yeah, we could see some
Jameis Winston.
Moves. The NFC South.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, the Falcons did what they shouldn't have had to do because they shouldn't have never signed Marcus Mariota in the first place. But I guess they did what they had to do now because you want to get yourself out the jam. They cut him, saving themselves $12 million. He's out of here. Like I said, XFL, y'all got y'all new MVP. He's pulling up, and he's pulling up in the quickness, bro. Because I can't even see a team giving him a backup position, bro. The dude is an athlete. Marcus Mariota, he's an athlete, bro, but he's not going to win you games. He's barely going to understand the playbook, and he has a certain type of playing style that just can't transition into this league's football. Get him out of here. All the way up out of here, bro. Pulling up this joint, man. Like, listen, man. Lamar to Atlanta. Lamar to Atlanta before I see this man become a Jet. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I rock with you if you rock with me. Subscribe to the vibe, man. If you're old to the channel, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit both for your boy. I'm going to check you guys out in the next video. I'm out, man. Get rid of Marcus Mariota.